From now on, for 12 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 12 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice there's a flat piece of sinew at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue in this manner to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, we allow all of the muscles and sinews throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, we allow all of the muscles and sinews throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, we allow all of the muscles and sinews throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And we allow all of the body parts, not just muscles and sinews, to be changing. And as we allow the body to be the way it is, we achieve peace. Let's enjoy and explore this peace. Now let's share our peace with other living beings. We don't force, we don't expect, just allow. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds restlessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. Let's take one more minute. Magohan, you need to change your posture. Are you here with us? Magohan, we changed our posture to the mermaid's posture. Do you see that? Can you do that? Yes. Now let's take one more minute to enjoy the peace we gained in meditation. Very well. So I would like to ask everybody to grade your meditation experience. So go to the chat box, please, and write there the grade of your meditation experience. You're grading in 0 to 10, where 0 is the worst ever and 10 is the best ever. So you can grade right away. Very well. So let me ask you, how many days out of the last 7 did you meditate? So check your screen. There will be a question. You need to answer whether you meditated 0 to 1 time. I have received the question. So it seems that I'm not a co-host yet. So I would like to ask the organizers to cancel that question, make me co-host, and put the question up again. It's okay, it can happen. So I'm asking the organizers. Yes, very well. It's better. So everybody please rate. Magohan, are you okay? You seem to be very tired. All right. So it seems that majority of you did meditate 4 or more times. And let's look at your homework. When did you do your homework? Mhm. So, very well. So I can see that nobody was able to do it on the same day, but one of you did it on the second or third day. That's definitely not a very successful result, but hopefully you will find time to do it earlier this week. And now let's look at your homework. So what about if Ariel, Sarah, and Valentina raise your hand? And organizers can share the screen right away. And we can look at the first one we see. I can see Ariel. So what about to see Ariel's homework? You can start reading right away. First, please read for us the page number. It's 82. And then you continue reading. Ariel, you're muted.
Page 82. The brain science isn't an excuse for crazy, stupid, illegal, or immoral behavior. It's an explanation and framework about which they should be encouraged to read more.
Nice. Thank you very much. Who we have next? Organizers can scroll a little bit lower and you will see who's following later. That's Sarah. Sarah, can you read for us? And again, please first start with the page number and then read the note.
Page 83. The growth of synapse makes teens sensation-seeking learning machines, but the fact that their brain signals can also easily slide off the tracks makes those growth spurts somewhat dangerous.
Nice. Thank you very much. And let's continue to Valentina.
Oh, I accidentally submitted two. The first one, it was a mistake because it wasn't part B. But page 85 was like the new one. So I said the more you learn, the easier it is to learn the next day.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Very well done. Now, I would like to ask the organizers to share with us the 5 precepts document. And I would like to ask all students to remove your hands and instead unmute. So all of the students, please unmute and we can start reciting. We do not recite the Okasa yet, but we will be reciting the 5 precepts. Yes, so get into that, but it seems, yeah, okay. Let's scroll to the beginning of the 5 precepts recitation. Beginning, yes. So everybody can put your hands together at the chest. Do not repeat after me what I say. Instead, you will say, Ama Bhante. So let's try it together. Yamahang vadami tang vadeta.
Bhante.
Yes. And now you can repeat after me. Be very careful. Read very carefully what you're saying. Aham Bhante.
Aham Bhante.
Isaranena saha.
Isaranena saha.
Panchasilang dhammang yajami.
Panchasilan dhammam yajami.
Anugraham katva.
Anugraham katva.
Silang deta me bhante.
Silam deta me bhante.
Anukampang upadaya.
Anukampam upadaya.
Tutiyampi aham bhante.
Tutiyampi aham pande.
Saranena saha.
Saranena saha.
Panchasilang dhammang yajami.
Panchasilam dhammam yajami.
Anuggaham katva.
Anugaham katva.
Ilang detha me bhante.
Silam detham pande.
Nukampang upadaya.
Anukampam upadaya.
Tatiyampi aham bhante.
Tatiyampi aham pande.
Tisaranena saha.
Isaranena saha.
Panchasilang dhammang yajami.
Panchasilam dhammam yajami.
Anuggaham katva.
Anugaham katva.
Silang detha me bhante.
Silam detham pande.
Anukampang upadaya.
Anukampam upadaya.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammāsambuddhassa.
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 Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Buddham saranam gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Dhammam saranam gacchāmi.
Sangham saranam gacchāmi.
Sangham gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Tutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Tutiyampi
Dhammam saranam gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchāmi.
Tutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchāmi.
Tatiyam saranam gacchāmi.
Saranagamanam paripunnaṃ.
Ama pandi.
Amabanti.
So the first precept means I follow the precept of refraining from killing. Not only that we don't kill, but we also preserve and cherish other people's lives. And we work hard that people, animals, and insects around us, they have long life, a lot of health and happiness. Panatipata.
Panatipata.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang
Samadhiyami.
The second precept means I follow the precept of refraining from stealing. Not only that we don't steal, but we also cherish and protect other people's possessions there where they have them, and we also help them to get more. We wish that they have even more than they have so far. And moreover, we give them as much as they would still appreciate, as much as is reasonable for us to give. Adinadana.
Adinadana.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani
Samadhiyami.
The third precept means I follow the precept of refraining from sexual misconduct. That means not only that, if we are married, if we have a wife and husband, or a husband, we do not have sexual intercourse with someone else, but also it means that if somebody else has a wife or husband, which is not us, then we do not have sex with them. But moreover, we try to help others. We try to help them to maintain their marriage. We try to help them. To live a long, happy life in love together. Kamesu miccācara
Kamesu miccācara
Tera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The fourth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from telling lies. It means that not only that we don't tell lies, but we also seek the truth. We want to know the truth, and we also want to share the truth whenever and wherever it makes sense and it's useful. Musavada Vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
Not only that we share the truth, but we also search and learn various ways how to share the truth in such a way that it doesn't cause pain or troubles, but instead that the truth that we say is helpful. So sometimes the same thing can be said in different ways, and we try to learn to express ourselves in such a way that it is kind, that it is helpful, and that it causes as least trouble as possible. So for that, you need to study a lot of universities, you need to read a lot of books, you need to have a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of knowledge. Now, the fifth precept means that we do not drink alcohol or take drugs. So not only that you do not drink alcohol or take drugs, but you also maintain your mindfulness, you maintain your concentration, you develop your mindfulness and concentration through regular meditation every day at home or wherever it's comfortable for you to sit and meditate every day. And also you maintain healthy life, a healthy region, a healthy diet, healthy exercise, and so on, so that your mind is always fresh and smart and fast and effective. Sura Meraya Majjapamadatthana Vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
So now I will wish you that you follow, that you protect these three refuges and the five precepts very well, and that you maintain a practice of mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Staying in the present moment. So you know what's going on right now with your mind, so as to notice any desire to break any of these five precepts. So that as soon as the desire to break these five precepts just arises, immediately you destroy it. You burn it to dust, you entirely remove it before it becomes too strong. And thus you never ever break the five precepts. And then if you agree, you can reply, Ama Bhante. So let's try that together. Tisaranena sadhing panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakkitang tatva appamadena sampadetang. So now I will wish you to be happy, healthy, to attain Nibbana. And if you like that, you can reply, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. So let's try that together. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, Sadhu,
Sadhu.
Very well. So today we will have a little bit faster lesson because I need to show you the correct answers. The results were or will be published in your Viber group, and I will only go through the correct answers of your test today. So Tutam, Tutam, what do you see?
Adipante can see grade 4 test 3. No, I think it is the list.
Yes, very well. Yes,
test.
very well. So when do we not read letter H in Pali language? We always read letter H in Pali language clearly and mindfully. It's very, very important. Okay, so never neglect it, Wherever you see H, you somehow, one way or another, need to pronounce it. If you don't know how to pronounce it, listen very carefully to my pronunciation, and somehow you need to make it. Okay? Because I can pronounce H everywhere. Therefore, you can pronounce it too. What is the difference between letters with a dot below, such as ta, da, na, la, and those with a dot without a dot, such as ta, da, na, la, la? Those with dots are pronounced with the tongue tip on the ridge between the teeth. Imagine that between the teeth, you have there a little dot spot where the tip of your tongue needs to touch. And because you imagine that dot spot, that can help you to remember that that pronunciation is indicated with a dot below the letter. And for the other kind, you bluntly touch the place behind your teeth by your tongue. So your tongue bluntly touches the space behind your teeth. Da, da, na, la. And with that, you, because it's no more dot, it's blunt, it's no more sharp, therefore, you know, this is indicated without the dot. So those with dots are pronounced with the tongue tip on the ridge behind the teeth. Those without dot by bluntly touching the flat area behind the teeth. Why is the Buddha a refuge? Because we seek safety in his presence and his guidance. The Buddha, unfortunately, may not protect soldiers who run away from war. He may not provide safety to people who run away from poor countries. And the Buddha is definitely not a savior and cannot remove your bad actions. All of your bad actions will bring you suffering. Sorry, there's no way out of that. The only thing that you can do is stop doing bad actions. From now on, you do only good actions. Therefore, whenever you suffer, it's only for bad actions that you did in the past. No more bad actions, no more new suffering. Which of these options is not one of the Four Noble Truths? So the Four Noble Truths is the truth of suffering, truth of origin of suffering or cause of suffering, the truth of cessation of suffering, that means disappearance of suffering, and the truth of path. There is nothing about pleasure. We could theoretically say that the truth of cessation of suffering is truth of pleasure, but we never call it that way. And therefore, the truth of pleasure is not one of the Four Noble Truths. What is Sangha? That's a basic knowledge. You definitely need to know that the Buddha is the teacher, Dhamma is the teaching, and Sangha are the students. So the community of monks are the students of the Buddha. But you may like to know that Sangha actually means community. You can have community of birds, Sakuna Sangha. You can have a community of dogs, and that would be Sunaka Sangha. You can have a community of whatever deities, Deva Sangha. But whenever it is with a capital S and it is in general, so we do not provide any more explanation, it is always related to monks and monks only. What is the benefit of saying Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu? Although if you combine it with generosity and following precepts, you may be born in heaven. And if you even meditate on Vipassana insight, you may achieve enlightenment. Saying Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu alone will have only one effect, or so it seems from the scriptures, and that is the perfume smell from your mouth in this life or in your future life. And it needs to be Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu after saying true Dhamma. Okay, you cannot just say Sadhu, Sadhu for whatever nonsense you hear. No, it needs to be the correct Dhamma of the Buddha. Then it brings that result. When worshipping the Buddha in the Sri Lankan style, which 5 points on the body should touch the floor? So 2 knees, they're already touching the floor, you see. So then these 2 would not be enough because you need to have there the elbows as well. Again, this is basically the same thing. Here we don't have the palms, so it would not be complete. Here we do not have the forehead, so it's not complete. You need to touch the floor by elbows, palms, and forehead. One kind of good action is paying respect. To who, if you pay respect, will you get the most merit? So if you want to get the most merit, to who should you pay that respect? So if you pay respect to the sun and moon, sorry, you will not get much respect. If you pay respect to the Hindu god Ganesha or to the Bodhisattva Guardian, you will not get the most of merit. You still may get merit, I do not deny that, but it will not be the most merit within these 4 options. If you pay respect to hardworking people, that's great. If you pay respect to God Creator, probably that's totally useless because we don't believe such God exists. But if you pay respect to monks, parents, elder people, and teachers, well, then you will get the most merit. Okay, the point is that you will get the most merit. Which precept is, and so this is now repeated from previous tests, which precept is essential to have good friends? All 5 precepts. If you just don't tell lies, but you sometimes drink alcohol, steal, if you commit adultery, or what else? And if you commit adultery, then sorry, you will not be able to maintain good friends. To maintain good friends, you will need to follow all of the 5 precepts. When is lying the most dangerous? We're already talking about when we tell lies only sometimes and only small lies. Why? Because if you tell truth most of the time and just tell lies sometimes, well, people then will believe you. If you tell lie always, then nobody believes you, and therefore you are no more dangerous or destructive because nobody cares what you say. But when people start to care what you say, because mostly you say the truth, then when you say a little bit of a lie, people will believe it, and people will protect you and say, well, actually, you're saying truth. And that's where you become dangerous and destructive, because you can inspire people not only to believe something that's not true, even if it is a small thing, but you actually inspire them to tell lies too, because it works for you, so it probably will work for them too. Therefore, we never ever tell lies, even small ones. Okay, and that's all for today. Anybody has any question, anything you would like to tell me? So I would like to assign to you homework right away, so there is no doubt. So you were reading so far the chapter. What was the chapter you read? Under the Microscope? Did you finish the chapter Under the Microscope? Yes, Valentina shows me something. I think that means okay. And Valentina, do you agree? You finished the chapter Under the Microscope, right?
Yes.
So what about to move on? Let's see. What about to move on to the chapter Learning? Let me see how many pages that is. That is relatively big. So you can read the chapter Learning until what about if you read it until the picture figure 11? So you read it until you get to the picture figure 11. All right. So as soon as you come to picture figure 11, then that's where you stop for this homework. The next week you will be reading the remaining part for this chapter 4. Yes, Hamyin?
Dear Venerable Sir, the students were assigned to read chapter 4, part A and part B in the last 2 weeks.
So Valentina, did you read the chapter Learning?
I think so. I think was learning the chapter that was assigned to us last week.
So Minha, you believe that they have finished the chapter Learning?
Different days. So last week I posted the assignment with part B of chapter 4.
With the part B of chapter 4. Okay, very good. So that means that you can continue with chapter 5, sleep. And chapter 5, sleep, is not that big, and therefore you can read it all. Okay, so for the next week, prepare 2 sentences. I would like to ask you to prepare 2 sentences, not just 1, 2, and they need to be from different locations in the chapter. Okay, prepare 2 sentences from the chapter 5, sleep. Okay. Any questions? Any concerns? Anything you'd like to say? Magohan, when you meditate, I have noticed you keep your head leaning back. That's very bad for your health. You need to maintain your eyes open. And as you maintain your eyes open, you see the floor in front of yourself. And that way you prevent from your head going back. Do you agree? Do you think you can try that next time? Magohan? Okay. Valentina, you have the opposite problem. Your head is going too low. That's also very bad for your health. It's not good. Do you keep your eyes open during meditation, Valentina?
Like slightly.
Slightly. So you can see the floor right in front of yourself?
Yeah.
You can? Okay. I worry that as you keep the head like really like that, yeah, it's painful already for me, then that's bad for your health. So see if you can keep it, something like middle path, not straight, not like this, but somewhere like in the middle, to maintain your health. Otherwise, you may get serious problems. It's not just about muscles, like in the neck. We don't worry only about pain in the muscles, but we also worry about the so-called cervical discs. Have you ever heard of cervical discs, Valentina?
No.
Cervical discs. So Valentina, you know that we have some vertebral column, right, in the back. You know what's that?
Yes.
Yes. Now the vertebral column is made of small bones. You know that? And they have a little hole in there. And through the hole, what is in the hole? What is in the hole of the vertebra? What is going through that?
Fluid?
Not really. Something else? Something more important?
I don't know.
Anybody here knows what's going on? What's going through these holes in the vertebra? It's called the spinal cord. Yeah. So you have the spinal cord going through the hole in the vertebra, and the vertebra protects the spinal cord. Now, the vertebra, however, we need to move it, right? We want to do with our back, we want to do the cat, and we want to do the dog, those postures. So when we move the back like this, then we want that to be smooth. We don't want to be like a robot. You see? So in order to make it smooth, we need to have between those vertebrae, we need to have there a little bit of cushion. And that cushion is called cervical disc if it is in the neck, and it is another kind of disc when it is lower. Okay, so all of these discs throughout the vertebral column are called vertebral discs. So these discs, however, can dry up or they can rupture. And if you keep your head like this, then there is a danger that your cervical discs, and those are in the neck, will not stay long, and that they may rupture, or that they may not have the right consistency, or that something wrong may happen with them. So it's not only about muscles, but it's also about these special cushionings. If these cushions, which contain liquid, and if they rupture, then the liquid gets out, and therefore you will have there the bones, the vertebrae, rubbing over each other. But between those bones, there are nerves. And if bones rub over nerves, what happens? What may happen if bones rub over nerves?
The nerves may get ruined.
But what will be the experience if bones rub over nerves?
It'd be painful.
That's right. It will be extremely painful. So we don't want to get these vertebrae, to rub over each other. We want to keep them nicely cushioned so that they do not rub over each other. And for that, we need to maintain these discs nice and healthy. Okay, so when you meditate, be careful that your head is leaned over, your head is tilted only a little, not too much, not like this. So this one is dangerous, this one is dangerous, this one is safe. And also when you keep your head like this, try to move it a little back, you know, a little back. All right, so thank you everyone for coming, and I hope to see you again next week. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Everyone, can you please unmute? Thank you. Please unmute. Please put your hand at your chest and say goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Goodbye, Venerable
Goodbye,
Sir.
Venerable Sir.
Nice, goodbye everyone.